Good morning. It's another day. I'm heading back to my clients. Yesterday was okay on my back. My back still hurts a lot today. I was doing a little bit more research. And coincidentally, maybe not coincidentally, Joe Rogan podcast last night had an ultra marathon runner on. And he was talking about how he had to take some time off due to an injury to his lower back. And he was describing what happened, and it very closely correlates to what happened with me. You see, I was running with my dogs in the dark, and there's this one spot on the trail where there's a depression in the trail, and you can't see it even when you have a headlight on. It's kind of in a blind spot. And twice I've gone down into that depression, and it makes my heel hit first, basically with my kneecap lock, sending a shockwave up to my spine. Usually it just hurts kind of bad for a minute, and it kind of makes me limp around for a little bit, but then I kind of just run it off and finish my walk and then forget about it, and it doesn't bother me again. And that happened twice that I can remember, probably a few more times that I can't really remember, but you know, it's a fairly common thing for me to stumble like that, because the fucking terrain around here on these hiking trails is shit. I mean, maintaining trails is such a fucking bitch here in western Colorado. You know, the Mountain Biking Association around here has a hard time with that. I mean, they're always trying to get people out there to help with the trails, because it's just Mother Nature fucks us out here, basically. You know, we get all 4 seasons in one fucking day sometimes, you know. It just kicks our ass. So that's part of my problem is, you know, when I'm running with my dogs, I'm not on pavement. It's like all off-road trail running, and there's fucking rocks, there's like roots in the ground sticking out, and then in the wintertime you have the added obstacle of fucking ice and snow and fucking mud. The mud around here is basically pure adobe, so it just sticks to your fucking feet, and it's like carrying around lead ankle weights. And of course it fucks your shoes up, so, you know, forget about getting any kind of like good trail runners or good running shoes or anything like that, because they'll get fucked up running out here in the wintertime. Your only option, my only option, is to basically run in fucking boots. And I hate it. It's so fucking bad for my feet. And I'm almost fucking positive that is what fucked up my hip, or my sacrum. I believe, I'm no doctor, I'm gonna have to go get all this checked out. I may have to get an MRI if I can afford it. I might have to actually get fucking health insurance, and I have to test that, but I can't afford $1,000 MRI. We'll see. But I may need to have one to see if I have a stress fracture in my sacrum, which would make sense, because when I injured it the other day when I was doing the elm, all I was doing was pushing an overhead branch that I had already cut out of the way, or at least attempting to. I didn't even push that hard on it. It was a relatively light action, but because of the position that I was in, must have set it off, and that's what like just injured me right there. And I don't know if it was already fractured, and like that action was just like the straw that broke the camel's back. But it basically almost dropped me when that shit happened. And it's only been worse these last couple of days despite my efforts. I mean, I'm not gonna stop trying to rehab it, you know. I know I'm supposed to rest a lot more, and I guess by rest that means like not doing any physical, like real hard physical work or lifting or anything like that. But I can't just lay around in bed all fucking day, even though I did yesterday for like maybe half an hour. And then I have a chi machine. You put your ankles in, and it sways them around a little bit. So I did the chi machine for like 25 minutes last night, and that seemed to help. I think it's important to do those things, even if there's no immediate pain relief. It helps stimulate regeneration. And you know, I might just have to throw the book at this one. It's a pretty serious injury, and I really don't want to have an MRI and go through the mainstream medical system if I can avoid it. But I mean, if it's gonna fucking disable my ass, obviously I'm gonna have to do that. So it's kind of where I'm at. I'm kind of contemplating it. But right now, I am using a cold laser every morning for at least a few minutes. I didn't get that much time today because the dogs wouldn't leave me alone. They just wanted to go for a walk. It's relentless. I can only turn them down for so long. They just keep whining and whining and whining. So I have to finally cave in and just take them for a walk. It doesn't matter if it's snowing. It doesn't matter if I have one leg. It doesn't matter if I'm blind. They could care less. They want to go for a walk, and they want to go for a walk with me. And if I don't go with them and I just let them out, you know, they might run for a minute. They'll be back whining again. I have to go with them. So it's just a habit that they're trained in, and it's pretty bad now because they expect it 2-3 times a day. So I have to be really careful when I'm walking with them. I'm obviously going a whole lot slower. I'm not jogging. I can't jog right now without serious pain. That's how I know this is a different kind of injury, because typically with muscle injuries in the back, ligament injuries, strains like that, I can still jump. I could do like jumping jacks, or I could do light jumping exercises on like a small trampoline to kind of rehab the muscle. Not this time. Any strain, any extra weight or pressure on the wrong area, and it sends a searing pain. I can't deal. So like jogging does the same kind of thing. Even if I like tiptoe and I'm like super relaxed with my legs, bent knees, it still gets there. It's like it's a pretty bad injury, I think, this time. So even right now, just sitting here driving, there's a dull pain in my lower back that I can't, you know. If I could take my mind off of it, it's okay. But it's those sharp stabbing pains that happen when I execute the wrong position, move the wrong way, or what have you. So yeah, besides cold laser and the chi machine, and still kind of exercising, doing some walking, and still working, like right now I'm gonna go and install some sheet metal if I can, hoping it's not gonna fucking kill me to have to pull those metal sheets up onto that gazebo roof. That's gonna be interesting, but I'm gonna do the best I can. Supplement wise, I started taking some elk antler, velvet elk antler. I'm gonna start taking the maximum dosage of those every day, which is 6 capsules. So do that 3 at a time, twice a day. That helped me a lot when I had a broken rib. It helped my rib heal in about half the time. So if I do have a broken bone, the elk antler is going to help. I do believe that my drinking of soda contributed to the bone density loss that probably contributed to the stress fracture to begin with. So I haven't had any kind of fucking soda or energy drinks or any kind of shit like that. I guess I needed a reason to stop drinking that shit, and this was it. So I think beer is next. I'm gonna have to give up beer pretty soon too. Even though beer isn't as bad, because when you drink dark beer, at least you're getting the bioflavonoids from the dark beer, bioflavonoids. Yeah. You know, even though you're drinking the alcohol too, like, at least you're drinking dark beer. That's what I drink, so. But I think I'm gonna have to give that shit up too, because, you know, alcohol is alcohol, and it's only going to hinder my healing process. And I remember when I was doing the fucking, my ribs broke, I didn't drink alcohol at all back then. I healed in a week. So, it's kind of my plan. Alrighty. So this is working out okay. It's just taking a little bit longer than I expected. It's about 45 minutes to an hour per sheet, and that's not even including the crown, the ridge cap and the fucking edge trimming, which I might not even use the edge trim. I may return that. I don't think I'm going to need it, but I will need the ridge caps. Lots of ridge caps. So this is kind of what's going on here. I've got it screwed down, so I've got to basically put a full sheet up there, screw it down, and then mark it at the top where I need to cut it. Mark it with the string down here. Lop it with the hand shears. And then it's usually 2, sometimes 3 pieces, because these are not even. Like I said, this was put together without any kind of a blueprint. Sorry, there's a bunch of dust on there. And so you can probably tell by looking at it, it's not 100% perfect, you know, because I just threw it together. But I still want it to look good either way. So here I am putting this stuff up. Probably shouldn't be doing this kind of work with the back problem and all that shit, but as long as I move slow and don't push it, it's not so bad.
The rain's falling down on me, and I'm about to drown. The weight's too much for me. I gotta get out of this town, away from everything. I swear I'm going down. I'm going away from everything. That's where I'm bound. I'm going away. I'm going to stay where I cannot be found. Where I cannot be found.
That's that. That's I'm half done with the panels now. It looks pretty good in my opinion. Inside has the effect I was going for. That looks all right. I can live with that. I still have to come up with something for the tip top, some kind of a crown. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I think I'm just gonna make something out of all the scrap steel, scrap tin that I have here. You know, put a post up there and do some creative work. Make some kind of like a tin cone or something like that that I can put up there. So anyway, I'm gonna go to town and get some more hardware, some out of hardware, and I shall be back. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and try to get some more work done. I just got back from town, got some more screws. My back is definitely bugging me more. I can tell towards the end of the day now. It's just more of that dull pain is there, and there's definitely some added fatigue that goes along with that. So, but I'm determined to work until the sun goes down, which should only be another hour or two, with these short days in December here. So, but I expect to get at least another panel or two done. I'm gonna have to come back another day with my extension ladder to do the ridge caps. I just don't think I have no way of getting on top of the roof. In fact, the last panel I'm gonna need my extension ladder because I'll have no way to climb up on there and finish the top the way the scaffolding is set up now. So no painkillers for this back pain except for one. I did bring some ibuprofen just in case, but I haven't taken it. I'm just using good old regular Colorado grown pot. I definitely see that as the safest painkiller. I don't want to take anything crazy. I actually think it's kind of important to have pain when you injure yourself like this. It's not really a good idea to mask the pain entirely. So marijuana doesn't really mask the pain. It just kind of puts it in the back of your mind so that you're not really thinking about it. You're not really aware of it. And when you're not really aware of it, it allows you to focus on what you're doing. So, but yeah, that's the only one that I really ever use. And if I have to, if it gets really bad, I'll eat a couple of Motrin IBs and then smoke another bowl because the two of them together are really, really effective. So anyway, I'm going to get back to work here, smoke this bowl, and I'll catch you guys at the end of my day here. All right, so sun's going down. It'll be less than an hour now. I got all but 2 panels installed altogether. My back fucking hurts really bad though. I probably shouldn't have done this today. But I really didn't strain my lower back a whole lot. It's just tired. It's just fatigued. But anyway, this is kind of where I'm at. I've got all the panels put up except for 2. And I'm going to need the extension ladder to finish it because I can't get up to the tippy top to measure with just the scaffolding. So, but it's turning out pretty good. I'm pretty happy with the way it turned out, and I'm glad that my sheet metal utilization worked out and I don't need to add any additional sheets. And I still may not use this edge trim right here. I don't know that I need it. I kind of like the way that it looks with the red wood underneath the sheet metal there. So I think I'm going to just leave that one. Either take it back or use it for something else. I'm not sure. So anyway, I'm going to get my ass home and rest. Check out the birds. They're chilling on the pergola that I built for the dog kennel there. I built a bunch of shit this summer. That was the first thing she had me throw together. She's just like, can you just put some kind of shelter over the kennel? And there was a pile of scrap wood right next to it, and I used all that. The scrap wood was used to build that, and the fence. I still need to stain that, and I need to cut those posts down to the proper height. But not today. Back is tired, and I'm already over my time too. So basically, after this, I'm working for free. because I estimated how long this was going to take, and I was off by about 3 or 4 hours. So that kind of sucks, but she's a great customer, so I don't mind giving the time. I'll get it back one way or another, somehow, some form. So anyway, I'm going to go home. We'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.